I've tried a few health practitioners to heal my IBS. I get what you mean. And although I did the work and what they said, I feel worse than before. Why is this? Wow. Okay. Well, first and foremost, that's fucking rubbish, isn't it? How many people do you know? Maybe it's you that have gone to people with, whether it's for free, usually for money, you've paid several $100s, maybe several thousand, and you've invested your time and your money into their advice, their help, and you're no further forward. And like Victor, you're actually not even further forward, you're all the way back, and you feel worse than before. Rubbish. Wrong. And we're going to dive into that today. About gut health gurus. I just think they're lying to you. Whether they're good people or not, they are freaking lying. They're charlatans. And this is me as an army veteran, an ex-RSM, giving you a reality check and just telling you how it is. You know what I mean? Firing from the hip. There is some good people out there that need to stay in lane. There is some, and I'm going to come on to that in a second, whether they're influencers, regards their income, multimillionaire, doesn't matter. Whether influencers, actors, actresses, flipping fitness bunnies, you name it, that need to stay in their lane. What I mean by that is they need to focus on what they're qualified and experienced in and help people with that, rather than spinning off on all directions and saying, I can now help you with this, that, the other. Because that's what happens a lot of the time, isn't it? Or the classic is, I've had IBS. So it'd be like me. This would be like me now making you an offer today without CJ. Put CJ to one side for a minute. And just me on my own as a one-man band doing men's IBS mastery and maybe selling a course, some coaching, and saying I can help you out because I've got my IBS sorted out and I understand it. Probably more than the average person, shall we say. So I'm going to help you out. Give me $2,000, $5,000, $1 million, and I'll help you out. It's not happening, is it? I would never do that because I'm not qualified. I'm not registered anywhere. I've not done the courses. I've not been to university. I've not worked in a professional environment like a hospital environment. I'm not saying you have to work in hospital, but do you see what I mean? It's wrong. What I can help somebody with is performance, mindset, resilience, training, fitness. I've got a diploma in personal training, so I can do that. I can do that. But I'm not going to help you out with any like serious nutrition advice. Why? Because even though I'm all over nutrition myself, I only did a week's course on my personal training diploma on nutrition. But I can call myself a nutritionist. How crazy is that? Anybody can call themselves a nutritionist. You can do a weekend course for $40, and at the end of it, you're a nutritionist. So what then? I'm going to help people with IBS, IBD, cancer, help them out while they're recovering with their food and this, that, the other. Flipping what? You can kill people. Worst case, you can kill someone, but you can make them really ill, and knock them further back. And not only does it knock them back physically and mentally, but also you're taking money out of their pockets if you're charging them. It's like a scam, in it, in a way. And also, you're going to make them more confused because they put trust in that person. Victor, you're probably the same. You put your trust in those people, haven't you? You put your trust in them, as well as investing money into them or into yourself through them, and you feel burnt. You feel burnt. Now, I am going to play devil's advocate just for 1 second and say this is as a side note. If you are working with somebody like, for example, so Charlie Jean has worked with thousands of men, and most of the time, 95, whatever, they're in a percentage, but most of the time, she has got men amazing outcomes. Some of which don't even have IBS symptoms anymore. Not cured, but they're just like me, don't really have them anymore. Some every now and again. So different level, but she's got them all amazing outcomes, apart from a few. Now, why have the few, you got to ask yourself, why have they not got an amazing outcome if everybody else has, and she's got the blueprint and the kit, the tools of all this stuff that she can do with them, whether it's, stress, hypnotherapy, food, drink, all this stuff and all the rest. Why have they not got the outcome? And I'll tell you exactly why, looking into it. And it's the same with other, these are the people that work with the proper health professionals like Charlie Jean, the ones that are registered, the ones that are qualified and don't get the outcome? Could be a few reasons. Do they put the effort in? Do you know what I mean? Has that person put the effort in? Have they turned up and done the work? Have they read all the modules if it's an online course, for example? As an example, have they read the modules? Have they put the advice that's been given into practice? Because if you don't do any of that, you're not going to get any results, are you? It's crazy. It's like somebody going to a personal trainer, like coming to me. I don't practice personal training, by the way, so don't message me and say, can you help me out with PT? And I'll give you some advice for free, but I'm not, I don't do a charged personal training like my son does it. I leave that to people that are, they want to do that. But it's like you come into me, a personal trainer, and I say, right, here's a program for you. And you want to maybe the classic fat loss, you want to get shredded. I'm going to do you a 3-month, 6-month shred program, 6-month shred program based on who you are, your size, everything now. Here's what you need to do 3 strength sessions a week. It's going to be a push, a pull for upper body. You're going to do a lower body, a day off, day rest. Then you're going to do a lower body, legs. You can have another day's rest. And then on Saturday, whatever, you're going to go for a zone 2 heart rate run for an hour. And then maybe once a week you can do some cardio as well. So we do all this stuff. And this is, what you want to focus on, like maybe nutrition, this, that, the other. See, nutrition. Happy with that? They're like, yeah, I'm happy with that. Right, $2,000 to pay the money. Right, whatever it costs. And then they come back in a few months' time, they're like, how are you getting on? Rubbish, that program. What do you mean rubbish? Proven program, works. Based off you, your size, your height and everything else, and nah, it didn't work. Why? What do you mean? I've been to gym lately. No, I haven't been to gym. Been busy with work. So you haven't been to gym? No, I haven't been to gym. Oh, okay. Been running? No, didn't have time the last few weeks. Been really busy, flat out, kids. Do you see what I mean? So if you're not doing the work, and again, I'm not saying you, Victor. I'm not saying Victor's like this. I'm just saying generally. When this is the people that do work with people that are, the health professionals that are qualified and registered and experienced that don't get the outcome. This is normally why they don't get the outcome. It's because of that person. They're not putting the effort in. They're not putting in the work that's required. Does that make sense? And right, so that to one side. Fake gurus. And again, I said I had some stats for you, and it's completely crazy. So as of 2021, and this is 2021, in the US and UK alone, there is over 200,000 health professionals that are not qualified correctly or registered. Over 200,000. 200,000! And then we wonder why things are confusing. Why Victor and many other guys, maybe yourself, have not got the outcome. And you've paid time and money into somebody and you've not got the outcome. There's health professionals. Charlie Jean's done a great video. It's on here. Just check it on the YouTube channel about getting qualified after 40 hours. There's courses you can do for $70. Don't go and do one. for $70 for 40 hours, a weekend course. And people are going and doing these courses and then saying they can work with men and women, children with inflammatory bowel disease, irritable bowel disease, cancers. It's freaking wild, troops. It is wild out there, isn't it? It's like the Wild West, the internet at the minute, especially the health industry. It's absolutely bollocks, to use a word. It's crazy. And it's sad, really, really sad, because of how many people their health is at risk, especially kids. Yeah. And if you're watching this, maybe you believe that we're competition. We don't have competition because we're the best. And that's it. No, we're joking. Yeah. So if you're watching this and you have one of them Booksy, whatever they are, courses that's written on a piece of toilet paper, and you think you can work with somebody with IBS, IBD, cancer, or a really bad illness, an ailment, because you've done some weekend warrior course for $35, $40, and you're not even registered, and you can't be asked to put the money, the time and the effort into going to university or college and getting the correct qualifications, stop. Look in the mirror and stop. As we used to say in the army to rubbish soldiers that just were consistently rubbish, just hand your army ID card in and go work at McDonald's. Sounds mean, doesn't it? But it's true. If that person can't, not just adding value, but properly adding value, you're causing too many risks. Now, red flags, though, thankfully, it's getting worse. This is it's getting worse. That was 2021, 200,000. Nowadays, because there's red flags, you can easily pick these out, and I'll share some with you now. Nowadays, with AI, with Claude and Gemini, ChatGPT, all these different platforms, they can make themselves sound more professional, get their emails written, their website designed with code, come across as this gleaming health professional. Wow. False testimonials. There's a guy caught recently who, I don't know his name. I'm not sharing any names on here because I don't name drop. It's not right. But there was a guy online and he decided to create a website, I think, or some platform and create, I think it was a number of like 10, 20 profiles of doctors, medical doctors, with pictures of them in their white jackets and their things around the necks, clock, and who they are, their name, their age, their qualifications, their experience of what they can help people with. And he had all these doctors. So they were giving doctors, when you go online and you can get advice off a doctor and pay with your credit card. So I think it was kind of like that. None of these doctors were real. They were all fake. They were all made up with AI. It was all AI. And he was a one-man band at home on his own, running this show. Not even like some college dropout or whatever, just running this thing. Multi-millionaire, like all this money pouring in, helping people with all these illnesses. He's got done, obviously. He got a fraud, and I think he's gone to jail for a long time. Rightly so. What an idiot. But people are doing it. And that's, just as an example there. So 2021, 200,000. You can imagine what it's like now, 2026, with AI as well. It's probably going to be, probably double that, isn't it? It's probably going to be like 500,000, isn't it? All these people that are calling themselves a version of a health professional or a coach. Everyone's a coach, aren't they? I'm a life coach. I'm a health coach. I could coach you in this. I could coach you in everything. I've studied the stars. What? It's mad. So things like red flags then, so they're not registered on the HCPC register. That's the healthcare. I've written it down because I can't remember that. Healthcare Professions Council. That's in the UK. So you could go on there, for example, now and type in Charlie Jean if you get the spelling right. It's on here, Charlie Jean Cook, and she'll come up registered dietitian. So she's on there. All the registered dietitians, hence registered dietitian, are on that open register. So you can check them out to see to make sure that they're registered, that they are who they say they are, like she does, and that way you're covered. Okay, so it's covering them, it's covering you as well. So that's important. And they're on there, and they have to be a registered dietitian. Just generally, you've got to have studied at university, have done at least a minimum of a degree, bachelor's degree in different stuff, dietetics. Obviously, CJ's got an MSc, a master's, and took it one further. But you've got to have these qualifications. You can't just do some book like random course and then go on this register. So they've got to be properly qualified. They've got to have gone to a hospital and been, they had all this experience. There's loads of stuff, and then they can help people with IBS and all the other bits and pieces. So you can see the difference there, and it can be difficult for registered dietitians. I'm not impossible, obviously, but it can still be tricky. There's a lot to do with clients, a lot to do. And anyway, so just be aware of that. So that's in UK. So HCPC. I'll put a link. This is live. When it's processed, I'll put links in for you. So you can just click the link, save them to your desktop, and you can check people out. So that's that one. It's CDR. So in the United States, the Commission on Dietetic Registration. There'll be one in Canada as well. So you can check them out. Look after yourself. Look after yourself. Look after you, your health, your money, and everything. Make sure people are sorted out. Another red flag. They use expensive microbiome tests. There's a completely separate video for microbiome tests that Charlie Jean's done. Blow your mind. Waste of money. And I don't say that lightly. Again, it's not the time to do it today. Go and check that video out. But there's a reason why registered dietitians, gastroenterologists, and medical doctors, general practitioners, don't use them. Yeah. So if a doctor in the UK, a proper doctor, medical doctor, and a registered dietitian are not using microbiome tests, poo tests, why not? Because there isn't enough scientific evidence to support the outcome. All right. In a nutshell, they're rubbish. So just bear that in mind. Maybe you've spent money on them before and you're watching this now because you're no further forward. That's why. So it's not your fault. It's all these idiots out there that I'm mentioning, and they're using these microbiome tests. Oh, you got to do this test, and we get this poo sample in, and we're going to tell you all these 1,000 million things that you shouldn't be eating and you shouldn't be doing. You've got a flipping, yeah. That's why. Okay. Next is another red flag. We've said about the weekend certificate and the 40-hour courses, so just be aware of that one. How do you know though? Because you don't. Yeah, if someone's using AI and they're making themselves sound amazing and they've got all this stuff on their about page, ask them. Say, listen, what? Oh, first of all, if the name's on the website, put them in the register. See if they're registered anywhere. Not registered. Red flag. Get rid. That's the first one, isn't it? And you can also ask them when you're an inquiry in an email or on the phone, and just say to them, I'm struggling to find on your website. You know, I'm a man, I've got IBS, I've got IBD, I've got whatever I want help with potentially, but I'm struggling to find on your about page or on your website what qualifications you hold. What have you done that specifically allows you to help me or whoever for this condition? And if they just fall all over their excuses, just put the phone down. Obviously, be polite, but do you know what I mean? That's what I would do. That's what my advice would be. Otherwise, you're just risking your health, wasting your money, wasting your time. Get it? So that's it. It's obviously getting worse, not better. Unfortunately, that is the sad part of it all. Is it is getting worse and not better. There is a lot of fake gurus out there. There's the blatant ones, the charlatans, and then there's the people. Listen, I'm not throwing rocks and stones and arrows at all these people collectively because, as I said before, and if you're watching this and you've got some of these qualifications are good for certain things. But again, it goes back to staying online, staying on them tracks of what you can do within the parameters of that qualification. And they don't do it. They just go off on a tangent. The other thing is they try selling you supplements. What's all that about? I've seen loads of websites when we've done research, again, no names, where I'm so itching to give you some names and examples on here and some square, but it's not right. But they share supplements, or they want you to subscribe or whatever to these supplements, and you've got to take them forever to get your IBS not cured or controlled because we're in a cure, or have a decent level of control, but just have it like a little bit out of the way. Got to keep taking these supplements. Let's have this microbiome test, and then we'll do all these supplements, and then we'll see where we go from there. What? Come on, guys. Yeah, you're a professional, intelligent man. Yeah, look out for these things. Use this, watch it again if you need to, and keep yourself safe. Look after your health, your wealth, and all that jazz. Right, that's it in a nutshell. Listen, if you've got any questions that you want, maybe some of these today resonated with you. If so, just whack a thumbs up in the comments, just so I know it resonated. Even if one thing helped you, just one thing, just put a thumbs up in the thing, and I know somewhere on YouTube you're there, human to human, not AI. Bang, it's worked. Something's helped you, and you're going to implement it. But listen, knowledge is nothing unless you put it into practice. When you apply it to your life, then it becomes wisdom, doesn't it? You can then have that wisdom. Apply the knowledge. Even if one thing today resonated with you, or you think, right, I'm going to do this or do that, write it down so you don't forget, and just do it straight away, or tomorrow morning first thing. Apply it. If it don't work, well, what's the worst can happen? It didn't work. What's the best outcome? It did work.